So there are a lot of travel loyalty programs out there to choose from. If you choose the right one, you really can maximize your money in terms of flights and hotels and a slew of other perks. So what do you need to consider before you even sign up? That's the question we are putting to our travel journalist, Lauren Christie, this morning. Great to have you in.
Morning.
It's like the top conversation, I feel like, between a lot of couples, a lot of people out there to say, like, what are we going to sign up for?
For sure.
So many different programs. So what are some of your tips when it comes to choosing the right one to participate in?
Well, in this case, the old adage does not hold true. You should put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe two, but consolidate your earnings in order to get the most out of them for sure. Look at who the partners are. Like, you want to know, where can I maximize my benefits? Where do I spend my money? And who are those partners that are going to give me that? So, for example, if you go to the liquor store here in Ontario, they're partnered with Aeroplan. If you're in Nova Scotia, they're partnered with Blue Air Miles. So just make sure you know who the partners are so you can maximize the benefits, and also see what's compatible with your lifestyle. So why care about hotel rewards if you're someone who prefers to travel with Airbnb? So you can look at some of those things.
Okay, can I put you on the spot and ask you what loyalty programs you're in?
Yeah, I'm not that exciting. I'm pretty standard. I got to say, I travel a lot for work, both domestically and internationally. So Aeroplan for me works great, and I like the flight redemptions. I actually do love Marriott. They are around the world, and not only can use them for hotel redemptions, but they now have all-inclusives in their resorts in like places like Mexico and the Caribbean they can use. But what's really cool, which I did last month, is they have what's called the Marriott Bonvoy moment. So I traveled to Montreal, spent the night there in the beautiful Honey Rose Hotel, had VIP tickets to Pink, and had a foodie walking tour. And so they do these things that you wouldn't necessarily otherwise do. And I even checked one. I did not do this, but there was one last month where part of the package was that you could sing with Shania Twain. So some cool stuff.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. The experiences you couldn't buy. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so I'm going to get all the details to sign up for that after this
100%.
Conversation. Two of the big areas where you can redeem points, obviously, are flights and hotels. So let's start with hotels.
Yeah.
If we're booking hotels using points, what do we need to know?
Well, the number of points required for redemptions fluctuates the way prices do. So when you watch your prices, watch the redemption. So if I book a hotel stay now for something next year, make sure that you double check it in a month or two, because it could go down, and there's no penalty to cancel it and rebook. So don't be afraid to keep your eye on it. And in the same regard, keep your eye on for promos and specials. There's tons of them. There's a reason they're called loyalty programs. These hotel companies want you to follow their website, subscribe to their newsletter, check their app. And, you know, I always say, I compare it to people who, you know, you always have that friend that has the hot stock tip. It's because they look at the stocks every day. So the more engaged you are, the more you're going to know when these promos come up.
Okay, what about flights? There was always the old adage that was like, if you book last minute, you're going to get the better deal. Is that something that still holds true today?
Well, when it comes to redemptions, it's not as much. So the hotels tend to change a little bit more, flexible more. I find generally the hotels book early versus last minute is the way to go. I also think with hotels, you know, if you're looking at it, if you've got the number of points, it's go big. Because if you look at business class or long haul, if you look at the point ratio to what it would cost you otherwise, it's a much better value if you do the big ones. So like a business class ticket to Australia is a pretty good value. It's a lot of points, but it's a better value than a shorter economy flight, if you know what I mean. And also still look at the promos and things. You know, there's Flying Blue, which is the loyalty program for KLM and Air France. They have monthly discounts on flights to Europe through Paris and Amsterdam that include complimentary stayovers, and they're great. So once you follow those as well on the flights, you can get some really good discounts.
Okay, any last tips?
The last tips is just, I talk to so many people who think that points are cash. They're not. They don't gain interest. Spend them. A lot of them have caveats on there now that you have to have activity within 18 to 24 months. And some of the programs out there you're going to see over the next, maybe not the next year, but over the coming years, they're going to start to devalue the points. So just use them. Do not hoard your points. Use them up.
Do not hoard your points.
Do not hoard your points.
Redeem them. Have fun. Live.
Exactly. Live. Earn them.
Live. Lauren, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.